Good evening, guys. Oh, sorry, should I say good morning? Sorry if I'm talking quietly. Mrs. is asleep next door. It's took us a while to get around to doing this video. It's took us a while to process what happened on that match. Oh my god. And actually, I can't believe I actually sat through it on Match of the Day again. I torture myself. Well, obviously Liverpool scored 2 goals in the first half early on. 2 good goals, but to be honest, if we were playing the way that we can play, I don't think there would have been any problem for us. We would have cancelled that out straight away. We would have stopped that. The defence would have been, poof, there you go. They wouldn't have got through. Then Nick Pope had what I can only describe as a brain fart. Now, being an ex-goalkeeper myself, I can sort of see what's happened. And obviously he's come out to clear it with his head, which Pope tends to do a lot. But I think his brain's sort of like got stuck in the middle and glitched. So like one part's going to clear it and the other part, the goalkeeper instinct to grab the ball. And it's just like a split-second thing like that. I've seen it happen to other keepers. And it might have even happened to me, I can't remember. But I think that's what's happened. And, he's ended up getting sent off. But if anybody watched Match of the Day tonight, they did bring up a very good point, and I really hope Newcastle appeal it on these grounds. If Joelinton had got a yellow card, that would have took him to the threshold, and he would have got a two-match ban, I think it is. But that would not include the cup final, because it's a different competition. Whereas Nick Pope, they're saying it's going to be banned for the cup final, which he shouldn't. It's a different competition, going by them rules. Can't have one rule for one and one for another, whether it's a straight red card or accumulation of yellow cards or whatever. Shouldn't be 2 different rules as to whether you can play in different matches. Like they say, 2 different competitions. So, by rights, Nick Pope should not be banned for the cup final. So I think even if they don't get the red card overturned and get it changed to a yellow, which I don't think they would get that done, I think they should appeal it for the cup final. It's leaving us at a massive disadvantage in playing a keeper who is not match ready, I suppose you could say. Yeah, he might be fit, but he's not having the match, he's not playing games. So we're pretty much a rusty keeper we're putting in. That's putting us at a massive disadvantage straight away. So the FA need to listen to this. They need to, okay, like, can have the first match after the cup final. So hopefully they do appeal it on them grounds. But Dubravka came on, actually played okay. I was surprised considering he's not hardly played. He's only played a couple of games this season for Man United, club games. There's only once I was a bit, he looked a bit rusty there. As when, I can't remember if it was Matip or Jota or somebody came in like a lunging cross over to the far post, and Firmino, I think it was coming in at the far post. There's no way if Firmino had reached that, Dubravka was going to say that he was too slow. There was just that momentary hesitation about getting across. Whereas I think if he was playing week in, week out, or whatever, a bit like Pope does, he would have been straight there, But apart from that, I think Dubravka actually done okay. Maxi, wow, that's the best I've seen him play in a long time, and it was nice to see. And he was actually passing the ball at times. There was a couple of times he didn't, when I think he should have, but majority of the time he done really well, and he linked up well with Isak. I think the more they play together and learn how each other plays and things like that, they're going to be a flipping hell of a pairing, I think. But Eddie Howe said in the post-match interview for Sky, I think it was, he thinks that the team give it all. He says, I'm not second guessing the work rate. They are giving everything that they got out there, and like they try and they want to win. And I'm sorry, but I don't think they are. There's one or two which were Maxi, Isak. I think Isak was probably knackered. But there was everybody, I don't know what it is, whether they're focused on the cup final, didn't want to get booked or what, but something since the World Cup anyway, it's like they just don't seem to have that flair like they did at the beginning of the season. It's not there. We're not charging up to teams and turning them over and things like that. We're like a completely different team to what we were, and I just can't put my finger on it. But we'll see what happens in the cup final. Fingers crossed, Man United will be sort of like, oh great, Newcastle's playing rubbish, they're without the keeper and all this sort of thing, and hopefully a good Newcastle team turns up and wins. So I've got my doubts that we're going to actually win this. I'd hate to say that, I'll be honest, but I really want us to win this, especially Man United. God. So yeah, I'm still going to be in front of the TV with my Newcastle top on, because I'm not one of the lucky enough ones there. Like, I didn't even bother applying. I said I never go to the matches. I can't afford to go to the matches. I'm normally working, so I can't go to the matches. So I'm not going to try and take a place away from somebody. So I'll watch it on the TV. I've got my own views on how the ticket allocation's being done. Maybe I might keep that for another video, but yeah, let's see what happens. But on a brighter note, there was a brilliant tribute to Bobby Robson right at the beginning of the game. A lovely big flag with Bobby and 90th birthday or whatever on it, and that was really nice to see going across there. The great man being remembered like that. But on the flip side of that, obviously I had a minute's silence for Christian Atsu, who unfortunately lost his life in Turkey. Really sad news, that really sad. And some of the players that were on the pitch today will have known Christian, so that might have been on their minds as well today. But putting aside other weeks and everything, but like today, yeah, we're gonna have to. I don't know. I just don't know what's happening with the team since the World Cup. Honestly, don't know. But there's another YouTuber you may know, Rubenstein. He asked a good question before for the cup final. He asked it on his video. Who would you have starting up front? It's got me thinking. That's actually a good question. Obviously, the obvious choice initially be Wilson, but me personally, I think Wilson. I don't know if he's been injured or what. He's another one. He comes on. Whereas before he was in amongst it all, right in the middle. It's like, watching people out the way, scoring, whatever. Now he's occasionally there, or he's around about. He's just not in there where he should be. So personally, I think Isak should start the final. Yeah, but that's my thought. Isak, definitely. And I think if Willock's fit with his match experience and game experience, bring him on instead of Elliot Anderson. Although Elliot Anderson hasn't done anything wrong, it's just for a big game like that, I think we need the experience. So bring him on. I think Gordon can't play, actually. That's a good one. Gordon can't play, so without him, It's funny, Dubravka will get a flipping winner's medal if Man United win. Even though he's back in Newcastle, he's still get a winner's medal. That's strange. I bet he doesn't go into the changing rooms if Man United win, going, oh, look what I've got. What? Anyway, I'll leave it at that. But if you can do us a favour, everybody, if you can like this video, leave comments below what your thoughts are about what's happening at Newcastle and for the cup final and things like that. But please click the subscribe button and share this so I can start getting some views in and get comments on the videos, so we can all have a chat and respond to each other and things like that. It'd be brilliant. So thanks very much. Have a brilliant week, and all those who are going down to Wembley next Saturday, safe journey down there. So bye bye.